What's up, guys? We got a 94 Ranger here. Got the wheel off. That was 3/4 socket on those lug nuts. We're going to do some brake pads, rotors, wheel bearings. You know, the wheel bearings are built into the rotors on these rear wheel drive vehicles. So we're going to smack these caliper pins. I got like a nice blunt screwdriver, just fits perfectly on them. Get that one almost all the way out. Let's check out this bottom one. Yep, that one's moving for us too. Boom, that one fell out. Popped right out the back side and boom, that one's out. Perfect. Easy, right? All right, let's see if we can press this caliper a little bit. Where are all my screwdrivers at? We don't care about the pads, they're getting replaced, so I'll just kind of tuck behind here and squeeze that caliper all the way flush. It's turned all the way back in. And we press some old fluid back up through the hose by doing that, so we'll give her a nice brake bleeding afterwards. I'm gonna replace this brake hose too. Yeah, it's cracked, about to fall apart, you know. All right, so now we're gonna get this caliper out of here. I'm gonna try to at least. There we go. You know, she just popped right off of there. Super easy. There's a big old chip in this caliper. Big old chip. That's not good. What the heck? Anyways, we got our rear pad right here. Bada boom. Yeah, we're gonna replace that brake hose for show. And there we go. Pads and caliper off. Now we gotta do the rotor and brake hose. Alright, it's time to get this here rotor off. Take a little screwdriver, a little baby one. Get in between this dust cover. Break her free. There we go, she's coming. Ugh, gross. There's like some slime. It's like taffy. What the heck? Better grab some shop towels. That's gross. Oh, it really is. It's like chewed bubble gum. What the heck's going on here? All right, we'll bend this cotter key straight. That's not supposed to be like that, guys. It's like chewed bubble gum. That doesn't feel like grease. And these are all bent up, waved around. Oh my God. Let's cut those off. Got another shop towel. I got spare cotter keys everywhere. These cutters are getting seized up. I like that. the way. And we'll pull this little key out. Try to. Get you a better look at it. Where's my good cutters at? I don't know, I'll just grab the first thing I see. Try to get this cotter key out of there. There we go. We'll replace that guy. Take our little cover off. Set it to the side. Alright, now we got a nut right here. What size is that sucker? It's like 1 1/8 or something. Here's 1 1/16, and 1 1/16 fits on it pretty good. And we'll take this guy right off of here. Oh my god, it should come off with your fingers. It's not. Alright, now we got a washer and we got the outer bearing. Bearing doesn't look too good. That's getting replaced with the new rotor, inner and outer bearings, and a seal on the back. Look at that. There's not even a seal on the back. Who the heck did these brakes? Wow. Let's check out that spindle. A little wear mark. Not too bad. We can work with this. All right. Now the rotor is off. We're ready for a new rotor and wheel bearing. Prep that up. We got our spindle all cleaned up, nice and shiny. And now we got our new rotor. The new rotor comes with the races installed, so we don't need the races that came with the bearings. We'll just toss those out. See you later. So let's try to get an angle on this little workspace here. There we go, that ought to do. All right, so we're going to start off with the inner bearing. And we got a grease packer here. If you don't have a grease packer, you can put a bunch of grease in your palm and kind of like pack it into the bearings like this, spinning the bearings at the same time. But we got a grease packer, we're going to put it down in there and get this bearing packed. Press the grease through all the bearings. Go. We'll take that extra grease and put it inside here. Put it on the race. Get it coated up real good with grease. Pop that guy right where he goes. Get a little more grease. Pack it into the top. Push just a little bit of it down underneath the bearing. Oop, got some on my rotor, that's fine. We'll clean it off later with some brake cleaner. There we go. Now we got our seal. Get it on there nice and square. And what do we got here? A little block of wood will do. It's almost done there. Big socket. Go down. There we go. Now it's evening out. Well, that block of wood's hit. Alright, she's nice and seated everywhere around there. We'll put a little more grease right there, why not? And we'll put a little bit of grease, a little coating of grease on our spindle. Oh, grease there. Get a little brake cleaner on this rag. Time to flip the rotor over. We'll get some grease put in there on that race. Grab our new bearing. Don't need that race, we already got one installed. We'll get this bearing packed with grease. Pop it in there. A little extra grease on top in the groove. Now we're ready to put that rotor on the spindle. We'll come back over here. Just holding that outer bearing with my thumb. Go. It's seated on there. It's time for our washer. I think I put it right here. Got our washer nut. Wipe that off. Got these flat spots. The washer on right. Put our nut on. We got our 1 and 1/16 socket. Maybe a little sloppy, I'm not sure. It works. All right, so we're gonna spin the rotor and tighten to about 14 to 22 foot-pounds, somewhere around there. Check your torque specs. Kind of tough to do by yourself to keep it spinning. So we're seating the bearing right now. There we go. And we're gonna back it off till it's finger loose. This nut has a little hiccup in it. That's finger tight right there. We're gonna give it about a quarter turn. Just a hair more to be a quarter. And there we go. Feels good. Spinning smoothly. I like it. We got our little cover here that our cotter key is going to go in. That goes right over the nut. And we got spare cotter keys in this bucket. Find one that's the right size. Looks pretty good right over here. Bend this over so it doesn't get in the way of the dust cover. There's that. Clean some of this old grease out of this cover. Get that situated. We'll just pop her right on there. Now to put everything back together. Clean out these grooves if there's any rust or dust in them. All right, so we're gonna take these bad boys. If they're really nasty, you can wire wheel them up. All right, we should be able to turn the wheel now. Give you a better look at everything. We're gonna replace this brake hose. Pop this here brake pad out. Boom. Clean up that caliper if it's nasty at all. We've got some silicone based high temp brake grease. I use AGS Sil Glide. It's good stuff. Lasts a long time. All right, grab our new brake pads. I'll grab my inner pad first. Clean off these little slots that the brake pad goes into. Place the hardware if you got hardware on yours. We'll just put it into its groove. Bada boom. Now for the inner pad, or the outer pad. Get that to clip in. Probably turn the wheel the other way, huh? It's kind of stretching the brake hose. See if that gives us a little more room. This caliper goes in a a certain way. Something's just not right here. All right, I had to press the caliper in just a touch more. Brand new rotor and brand new pads. It has to be all the way compressed. It was just a hair amount, not all the way compressed. And then we can fit our caliper in. Bottom's not quite lining up for us. There we go. There we go, we're lined up like a diamond. Find the skinniest side. Put a little grease on these to help them slide in or whatever. Find our skinny side. Get it started. Careful. I got my blunt screwdriver. Get them in the rest of the way so that they're like even on both sides. It looks good. Come on, I keep slipping. It's coming out the backside now. A little bit more. All right, she's in there. Beautiful. All right, everything's looking good. Brakes are all done, just gotta put the tire on. I'm gonna do a separate video on the brake hose. All right, before you take off, make sure you pump that brake pedal, get it primed so that these brake pads are touching the surface of the rotor lined up. So yeah, just prime your brake pedal before you take off. And this caliper is a little off right there. Make sure your caliper sits in these little grooves on the brake pad. Well, your brake pad sits on these little grooves. We just give them a little tap over. There we go. There we go. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Brake pads.